So this project starts off with a piece of hex bar and the small turret lathe. Only gets 2 operations here. Gets a relief cut and then it gets parted off. So it's a simple part, which those are my favorite simple parts. Quick story behind this tool. At my last job, the guy in the cubicle next to me had a new Jeep, and when they designed the Jeep, they ran the exhaust directly under the drain plug for the transmission, with only about 1.5 inches of clearance between the two. Made it really difficult to get into that drain plug. So he asked me if I'd help him come up with something, and this tool here is what we came up with. So I made one for him, and he showed it to his friends in his Jeep club, and of course they all wanted one, so we made some more. We had a really low price point that we were trying to hit, and we did. It was fine, but the problem came with the handles. At the time I was making them on a fixture plate in the mill, but as I started making more things, the line to get onto the mill kept getting longer and longer. So the less profitable things were pushed to the background, and this just happened to be one of those less profitable items. So I went from making a few to making them here and there, and eventually making none. But that was when I was in the shop part-time. Fast forward 2 years, and now I'm in the shop full-time, and was trying to think of a few more things to make, keep food on the table. And I thought of these things, but I really didn't want to sacrifice the table time again. And that's where the Unipunches came in. So here we are taking the flat bar, and this unit here finishes the ends, cuts it to length. So you'll see it a little bit better in a minute, but it cuts it to length, puts a radius on the end, so it's not just a square end. You can't see it, it's off screen to the right, but I've got a stop set up so that I get the same distance on each one, or the same length, I guess I should say. I still haven't made any permanent solution for holding these on the punch press. Actually, if things go well, I'll have a bigger punch press in the shop in the next month or so. But here's the second Unipunch punching holes, putting one in each end. Previously, when I was making these on the mill, the cycle time was about 8 minutes. So 2.5 minutes per handle, which, it's not bad, but for as cheap as we were making these, I just couldn't afford the table time. With the Unipunches, I think I'm down to 30 seconds a handle. It's hard to argue with that. So here's what one of the holes is for. I'm going to weld that in there, but first I got to put a bend in that handle. So this here is just a unit I made to put in a regular shop press. So now that's got an offset. I've never had any of my welds come apart, but they're not really pretty. So the strength is there, but the form is lacking. So that's why I have to clean them up over here on the belt sander. So here's the one finished. So we've got the bent handle, I guess we'll call it. And made one with the straight handle. I'll show you what that's for in just a minute. But first let's try this one out. So here you can see the drain plug, and directly below it's the exhaust. So it's you can't get a socket in there, a socket with a hex in it. Sorry about the lighting here. He stopped by on his way home after work, and I thought I had it handled, but I didn't. But you can see it just slides in there, gives you just enough space, and of course once it's loose, it comes out by hand. I didn't want to take it loose because he wasn't ready to do an oil change, but I wanted to show you guys how it worked. So the straight handle one, this is me under my my Volkswagen, my Beetle. It's got the same kind of plug. But it works the same way. And of course this one's got the drain plug on bottom too, and the wrench works on that as well. I'm sure it'll work on other things too, but these are the two that I had on hand, the Jeep and the Volkswagen. So that's it, a quick, cheap, simple solution to a problem that two guys had. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.